Good morning, YouTubers and Facebookers. This is your friendly blogger, Jeremiah here. I'm just giving here to give a few updates on my weight loss and also just tell you how things have been going with that as well. As you can see here, I got my little dog here. Her name's Nikita. We call her Kita Pup. She's wanting to play a friendly game of fetch. We've actually just did that for the last half hour. Now she took a 15-minute break and she's ready to go again. And pretty soon we're actually going to go take a little walkie. Generally at this time, off to church. However, the women in our church are actually having a Women's Day retreat in Maumee Bay, Ohio this weekend. So Jeremiah's alone right now. Don't worry, I'm keeping the house safe, Jen. Everything's fine. And Nikita, she's being fed and taken care of. Isn't that right, Nikita? Yeah, totally. So, this here's Nikita. Say hi to America, Nikita, or to the world, whoever actually watches this. Maybe the 5 to 10 people that'll actually download this. So, before I do begin, yeah, there's my dog, wanting to play fetch. I got a few announcements. Always, if you are interested in looking at a new church, my church, Miami Church of Christ, it does meet Sundays 10:30, most Sundays at 2438 National Road in Fairborn, Ohio 45433. You can always Facebook me if you have any questions or anything concerning that. Now, this Sunday we're going to be a men's service at 6 o'clock tonight. And we're actually going to be doing kind of a campfire service, so that's kind of cool. Now next week, we're not going to be at that location. It's going to be 11 a.m. We're going to be at the Community Park Atherton Amphitheater. That's at 601 East Dayton, Yellow Springs Road, Fairborn, Ohio, 45324. Now, we're doing that Easter service. Everybody knows that is Easter, so if you don't have a church to go to on Easter or you would just like to come along, we'd be more than happy to have you. But one of the other reasons is our church is going from the Dayton Church of Christ to the Miami Valley Church, where the renaming is essentially we want to kind of show that we're more than just Dayton. We'd like to be a church that represents the entire Miami Valley. I mean, our church is meeting in Fairborn. It's not even in Dayton, and we're calling ourselves the Dayton Church of Christ. That aside, it's going to be a great time. Hope to see you there. So now, enough with that, and my dog wanting to play some fetch here. I'm going to play fetch and do this, showing you I am multi-talented. You see this hand here moving? It's pretty much me wrestling with her while I'm doing this. Anyway, I want to tell you a little bit about my weight loss journey and just some things I have learned along the way. So far I've lost about 50 pounds in the first month. Now, I am seeing some differences. People are saying my face is looking a lot thinner. I think generally that's the first place you lose it. I mean, you want to lose it in the thighs and the belly, but let's get real. You lose it in the face first, and that's okay. I'm just going from being pretty to prettier. I mean, no big deal. So, I've already bought a size smaller, and actually these are now getting big on me, my pants and clothes. I feel like I'm actually swimming in some of my clothes. My wife has actually said that I look smaller in this chair. I'm noticing that I can walk a lot better. I'm taking this one here for a lot more walks. My wild puppy. Say hi to America, Kita. But things are good. Few downsides, and really they are very small and minor, and actually I don't know whether a downside, you consider it a downside or not. I have a hard time here with when you're a bigger guy. I mean, you might relate to this, that sometimes your mind is bigger than your stomach. And right now my stomach is pretty tiny and my mind is very big. So sometimes I overdo it on the portions, and physically you just can't do that. Since this vlog is about realness, I'm going to tell you, I upchuck my taters. That is not a good feeling. You're just sitting there and it's just like, oh, that's not a whole lot. That's a lot less. You gotta think very small portions, and you gotta do it. Also, soda, bye-bye. Bye-bye, soda. Now, one of these vlogs, I think the next one here, actually a friend of mine brought me a piece of paper about what happens the first hour that you drink a soda. And let me tell you, it is not pretty. And knowing me, I actually used to drink, if we had a 12-pack of pop, I probably could have went through that in 2 days easy. I would drink about 6 cans of pop a day, a 2-liter easy. I could have done that in a meal with a pizza. I can't even really have pizza anymore because of the crust. Now, I did find a good bariatric pizza, and really, if you have 1 or 2 small slices of that, no bread, again, sugars, you need to try to restrict them as much as you possibly can. I look at labels and I go with the 7-gram rule. If it's over 7 grams, I don't buy it. Again, water. Always your good friend, water. I keep a thing with me at all times. No, I'm not trying to do some creepy Marco Rubio drinking water after a presidential inauguration. Political friends will get the reference. But, you know what? It gives you a lot more energy, and, you know, sometimes that's really what you need, is the energy. Now, one good thing is I did change my calcium supplement because those things were disgusting. I found a chew, very low sugar, and chocolate flavored. So I get my morning chocolate and calcium. And you know what? It tastes great. It tastes like the Tootsie Roll. We actually put them in the candy dish. Now, I loved chicken. Still love it, really. Actually tastes great. Can't really have fried, but you know, still love chicken of all brides. Problem is just the dense feeling when you eat it. It just gets in your stomach and it just kind of stays there, and I find it harder to eat chicken now. Beef is actually, if it's ground, I find that a little bit easier. Surprisingly though, the thing I find the easiest, tofu. I think I might be getting close to being a vegetarian actually. And I can still eat cheese, but drinking milk just, I don't know, the consistency, just a little bit harder. Oh well, what you gonna do? You find what works and what doesn't, and you go with it. I wasn't really much of a coffee drinker, but I actually find the best way to get my protein in is to actually have a cup of coffee and put the protein, because kind of the bitter, acidy taste of coffee actually mixes well with the sweet taste. And if you put it over ice, it's a nice mocha on ice, and you don't even have to go to Starbucks and pay $5 to do it. It actually doesn't taste bad. You put a little bit of the chocolate protein powder in, and then you put in a little bit of the vanilla protein powder, and the vanilla kind of acts as the creamer, and chocolate acts as the mocha. And I mean, it actually doesn't taste too bad, actually. Wasn't much of a coffee drinker, but that isn't bad. That works. I mean, right now, I'm about a month and a half in. They say it takes 3 months for your stomach to fully heal, but really the thing is, you gotta think, what can you eat, what can't you eat? Portion control is very important. You gotta find things that you will eat. I mean, they give you a list of things, but if you can't eat them, you're not gonna be successful, and you're gonna go back. I mean, it is hard, I'm not gonna lie. But you know what? It is a worth it type of hard. I feel so much better, and I feel like I'm living a lot better. And really, life is for living, not surviving. I would just try to say that in every one of these blogs, but you gotta live your life. I mean, there's too many people out there that are just surviving it, that are just going day to day, going to work, going home, doing nothing with their life, not being about nothing. And when I say live your life, love your family, love your support system around you. Work is not everything. It is a means to an end. I'm not trying to be too preachy. I'm sorry if I'm coming across that way. But it's just things that I'm learning. For too long, I was just about going to work, going home. And now, I want to live life. I want to do things with my loved ones, my friends, my wife, my dog, who just ran upstairs. And I want to feel alive. For so long, that show, Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead, that was me. Fat, sick, nearly dead. Sitting in a chair, not doing nothing, not being about nothing. So if you don't mind, I'm going to go take my dog for a walk right now. And we're going to go have a nice day. It is 70-degree weather, and it is beautiful outside. So thank you for watching, and remember again, life is for living, not surviving. Thank you.